how do we create more value where our customers will want to directly order from our website, directly call us, and directly place an order with us? Those are problems we have to solve to be successful in this model. Hey guys, welcome to this channel. It's Wesley here. On this channel, I document my journey of scaling and growing a virtual restaurant. I wanted to create this because when I was starting out, I was looking for something similar, but I couldn't find anything that focused on virtual restaurants. Everything was so catered to the traditional restaurants and traditional businesses that this new business model, I had to figure out myself. I want to document my mistakes, my experiences, my failures, so you guys don't have to learn like I did by testing and testing and testing. So let's get started in this video. This video, I want to talk about one of the main reasons I see virtual restaurants failing. We work out of a ghost kitchen, and there's a lot of different operators in this business, in this facility that I'm currently in. And I've seen around five to eight different operators leave. People who were here before us, people who came here after us. And there were three common things that I saw with all of them, with everyone I talked to. And I want to try to fit everything in one video, but I'm sure I can't. So I'm going to split it up into the three things. The first thing is people come in with the expectation of a traditional restaurant business model, and that is a huge flaw. The second thing is that they don't understand the value structure of a virtual restaurant and the business that they're currently in. And lastly, they don't understand the digital space. They don't come in understanding digital marketing, how to have a strong digital presence, SEO, Facebook, social media marketing, AdWords, and so forth. And they don't know how to scale. They don't know how to track anything. And they keep running their head towards the wall. And that's one of the main reasons I see them failing. So in this video, I'm going to mainly talk about people's expectation in terms of the business model of it not being a dine-in. So I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of them left, unfortunately, and it's due to them not being able to sustain. They come in the expectation that they either want to test their food and scale to a traditional brick and mortar dine-in restaurant, or they come in with the mindset of owning a restaurant and they expect the same business model. The first thing overall is this is a whole business model. The cost structure and the profit and losses are totally different. For example, for virtual restaurants, we need to deal with DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub, and so forth, taking 30% of our profit margins. It's a huge profit margin, and it's a cost that you have to account for. But on top, if you don't understand that, you're not going to know what levers to pull to make your business profitable and where to pull money from to make sure you have the marketing dollars to grow your business. Like for example, I remember talking to one of the operators. They came in, and I was doing something on my laptop. He came in and talked to me. Hey, he asked me, have you noticed that Grubhub and Uber are taking around 30% of every order? Every $10 I make, I sell, they're taking $3. No, I did not account for this. And what I did was I tried to console them, because a lot of people coming in, if they're not planning for that, they're going to, be down, and they're just gonna blame the system. And they're gonna play victim. And there was no way for me to tell them that, hey, you shouldn't have gone into the business if you didn't understand this model. But before we came in, we understood that Uber and all the delivery platforms were going to take 30%. So we knew what levers to pull. We created a projection of having enough sales to meet those criterias. Since they're taking 30%, we don't have a front end. We pay front end less. We pay less labor costs in terms of the front end, and people aren't accounting for that. Just seeing the 30%, and they don't know what levers to pull. We expected the 30% to be taken, and it's a huge number, and that's one of the things of being in a virtual restaurant. That's one of the problems we have to solve. How do we create more value than places like Uber, DoorDash, and Grubhub? More value where our customers who want to directly order from our website, directly call us, and directly place an order with us. Those are problems we have to solve to be successful in this model. And this is why it's exciting being the first ones in here. If we solve these difficult issues, we will be able to scale very quickly, and we'll be able to be in front of the line and dominating this emerging market. And that's one of the huge things. On top of that, people are building their operations like it's a traditional dine-in. They're doing takeout and pickup. The quality of food when they take it home or when it gets delivered to them is going to decrease. Don't worry so much on making sure the quality of food is going to be amazing when it's within the first 10 minutes of serving, because they're not going to eat it within 10 minutes after being cooked. Because, for example, there's another virtual restaurant in here that's doing burgers. They told us they were doing Wagyu burgers. In my head, I told myself, that is a huge cost structure. There's a huge cost basis. How much do you have to buy in terms of ingredients to produce a Wagyu burger? First of all, the price is going to be very high, and all burgers, let's say Wagyu does have a 25% to 30% increase in taste in terms of value, but after the amount of time it takes the customer to get the food and eat the food, the increased quality diminishes drastically. So you're spending all that cost and cost of goods, and you're not increasing the experience of the customer that much, because the food is going to go down. And on top of that, it takes them so long to make the food. They don't understand that this is not a traditional dine-in restaurant, and they're building their structure where it's going to take them a long time to build. Before we got into this, we understood that speed kills. We need to do everything as quick as possible while maintaining a great quality, but not nitpicking everything where it adds 5 minutes, 10 minutes to the operations when it only adds 5% value that it's going to be diminished later on. Lastly, I want to talk about the dining experience. People don't understand that you need to be able to adapt. This is let's go back to the beginning. This is a whole business model. Know what levers to pull. You have less variables in terms of comparing it to a traditional restaurant. You don't have a front-end staff, you don't have service staff. How do you add more value? And this is what I'm going to talk about in terms for the next video, because it feels like I've been ranting. The next video, I'm going to talk about the value structure. People don't understand the value structure of this business model, and they don't know how to increase the value for customers who make them keep coming back. So, just to end this video, this isn't a dine-in business that we're doing. It's a whole different business model. You have to understand the P&Ls. You have to make the right projections, or you're not going to know what levers to pull. This is a different game, so be able to adapt and create a whole new system where will make you very successful compared to people who don't understand it. I've seen many of operators fail because they didn't understand this basic concept. And since they didn't understand this basic concept, once they hit a brick wall, they started blaming the fact that they're not getting people coming in. A dine-in is going to make them more successful. Well, you're not in that model. It's either don't do this, or you should have done your research and not gotten in, or figure it out. And unfortunately, it came to a fact where they played more a victim's mentality, where they just wanted to blame everyone rather than, trying to figure out and take full responsibility that this is a whole model. I have to make the adjustments or close down, which many of them did. So I hope this video gave you a little bit more insight of virtual restaurants. It's not the same, and if you come in thinking it's the same, it's going to fail. So do your research, do your projections, learn what levers you can pull to make your business profitable and potentially grow and scale to a behemoth. So if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.